Hi everybody, it's Joyce here with the post-race recap video for you. Thank you everybody who made it out to Lake Elizabeth on Monday to celebrate my 2,191st day of running in a row. You guys made it extra special for me, so thank you so much for coming out and braving the slightly breezy conditions. Okay, no, it was super windy. At one point, for those of you who weren't there, I had that Hello Kitty balloon, that really big Hello Kitty balloon. At one point, the wind blew in such a big gust, it actually just popped the Hello Kitty head off and it blew away. It was very sad. But everybody stuck it out and they stuck around for a while. So, you know, thank you guys for really toughing it out. I really appreciate that. And for all the friends who came to help and made sure all my stuff and everyone else's stuff didn't blow away while we were out running, thank you very much for that. And a very, very important thank you I wanted to give is actually to the most unsung hero ever in the history of the world, my brother, Jay Lee. I know he's helped a lot of ultra runners and he just does a phenomenal job behind the scenes as crew chief. But as my co-RD, he's been my co-RD the last few years. I think it's the last 5 years. He does all the hard stuff, like the routing. He planned that all. He ran it over and over and over and over again. You could see on his Strava just to make sure it came out exactly through point 1. The lake, as you know, is 2 miles, and he really worked hard to figure out like a nice and safe way for it to actually be extended to a full 3.1 miles so that we could actually call it a 5K. So thank you so much, Jay. And he also, after the race, still went through and did a course sweep and picked up all the signs and did a lot of other things I didn't know about so that, you know, the park could be clean and so that we can continue to do this year after year. So thank you so much, brother. You know, I think you're the #1 brother, even though you're the only brother, but anyway. So, yeah, while we're doing thank yous, I did also want to thank Earl for coming out in his panda suit once again. He's kind of a mainstay now and an icon. But yeah, he'll come out in a panda suit and lead us in our warm-up and yoga stretches before the race. It's always a ton of fun. Having him, and wanted also to, and he's a run streaker too. He was doing on Monday, he's on day 497. And a huge shout out to his wife, Carrie. Funny story, a while back, Carrie was telling me she couldn't wait to celebrate her 365th day at my race. And I was thinking like, I'm not putting it on anymore. It's so much work. But since she said that, I was thinking like, well, now I have to do it so she can celebrate. Also, I guess so I could celebrate too. But anyways, it all worked out in the end, and I have Carrie to blame or to give her credit. So take it as you will, Carrie. Thank you again, and congratulations on your day 365. You do so much for everybody, and so wanted to thank you again. I wanted to thank Brian Lee for coming out again and for doing the national anthem. It's a pretty scary thing singing the national anthem in front of a huge crowd, and you're brave and you sing well. So thank you for coming out. I wanted to thank my photographers, Saray and Francisco and Jay. Thank you guys so much, a different Jay, JB, for coming out and braving the cold and getting the most beautiful pictures for everybody, and funny pictures, Jay. Thank you guys so much for doing that. And I wanted to thank A Runner's Mind. A Runner's Mind, that's their logo. They've done the shirt printing 2 years in a row. And they did this one also. And then the cute cactus one. Well, I might as well just show you. The cactus one from last year. Also designed by Danny Cho of Sudoku Designs. He did this. Very talented. Thanks, Danny. And let's see, thank yous. Wanted to thank Sprouts, Trader Joe's, and Noah's Bagel of Fremont. They've donated to my race every single year since the beginning to make sure runners will have something healthy and yummy to eat after being super cold. You actually burn a lot of calories by being cold, but anyway, they donate every year, so thank you to them. Also, I don't know if you knew this about me, but I've been vegetarian for 25 years, and last couple of years, I've actually really tried to up my game by being as vegan as possible, but of course I have some exceptions like stroopwafel. And if you've been a participant in my event in the last few years, you'll know. You'll notice that I've actually had stroopwafels in your goodie bags every year. But this year I actually came across, finally, a vegan stroopwafel, and it's made by Untapped. They make sports nutrition, so they also have maple-based gels and maple-based beverages. I forgot to announce, or didn't have a chance to announce actually, that I'm an ambassador for them now. See, this is their little logo. And yeah, I'm gonna show you their products. So got really awesome flavors. I can't decide which one's my favorite, but raspberry's pretty good. Original is original. There's coffee, and I think currently my favorite is their newest flavor, chai. It just has a little bit of spice, and it's really, really good. I don't know how they do it. There's no eggs, there's no butter, there's no milk or anything, and they're really, really, really good. So if you like it, you can buy it online from their website, or you can buy it locally at Sports Basement. And on the topic of keeping things as vegan as possible, I wanted to thank my friend Eileen. I had actually wanted to bake you guys vegan funfetti cupcakes, but there just wasn't enough time. So Eileen actually stepped in and helped bake the funfetti cupcakes for you guys. So I hope you enjoyed it, and thank you, Eileen, for saving my butt. I wanted to thank, here you can see, Vegan Donut and Cafe. Vegan donuts are kind of hard, really good vegan donuts are kind of hard to find, but Vegan Donut and Cafe are actually based in San Jose, and they were so kind to donate donuts to my event. There were like no leftovers because they were so good, but they donated a ton. So if you guys are local to me and around the South Bay, check them out. This is them. I don't know if you can see the address, but you can always look them up. And for those of you who actually had their donuts, help them out. They're new, so if you can leave them a review on Yelp or Google or anywhere, you know, get the word out. Help them get business. Okay, thanks. And I wanted to thank my chiropractor, Dr. Yassini of New Age Chiropractic. She says I have restless body syndrome. I think she just made that up, but she keeps me moving and just one step ahead of my injuries. So thank you, Dr. Yassini. If you guys are in the area, she's located in Central Fremont. I know I've already sent a number of you guys to her and her massage therapist, and you guys love her. So for those of you who are around who need that kind of service, New Age Chiropractic, check her out. I think that's it for sponsors and stuff. So, oh yeah, I had a request to explain the symbolism behind my logo this year. So here's the medal. And so you'll notice it's pirate themed, and why it's pirate themed is earlier this year, I was running the Badwater Cape Fear in North Carolina, and I don't know how this happened, but I won first female in the 50K. So that was really special because it's the first time, like, I've never won a marathon. I haven't won anything, like, of the longer distance. It was my first time. So it was really memorable. Plus, it is a very, very interesting course. I mean, most of it was on sand. And in the beginning, you're trying to, like, dodge the tide. And then as the tide goes out, the sand is packed in some areas and then really loose in others. And when you think, just when you think things are okay, all of a sudden the wind picks up and it's just a crazy event. I mean, with all these little microclimates because you're on an island. Anyway, here's the medal. So you can see where I got the idea, right? Pretty cool. Skull and crossbones, little pirates. And then also this year, I got my first 100K finish at Javelina 100K. I know I've done 100 miles before, but went back to Javelina, and I knew it would be a good idea if I just did the 100K. So got my 100K finish, and I stayed at the Brazen Goonies camp run by the crew chief extraordinaire, Lonnie Tashima, And she made a bunch of cool race goodies. This is my favorite one because it's like little and you can put it on your pack. So, you know, here are the 2 pirate things. And that's why pirates. And next, I wanted to go over what this was, this little missile guy. If you remember back in January, there was a ballistic missile warning in Hawaii, and I happened to be there helping out one of my friends, Alex, and Katra and Phil were there supporting another runner, or other runners, race director Candace Burt, and our other friend Jay. Anyway, we were at Whole Foods having our second breakfast, and it was still super early in the morning, and we get this alert on our cell phones saying this is not a drill, this is a ballistic missile warning, head for cover. And we're like, oh my God, like what is this? Are we gonna die? And we just headed to the mountains and thought, you know, we might as well just be with our friends, right, if the end is near. But thankfully, it was a false alarm, so that's why I did the oops. It was a pretty big oops, but definitely glad that it was a oops. Otherwise, I wouldn't be here, and a number of us would be missing. But anyway, so onward with the explanation. So you'll see next, there's a little cloud here and a little sun. And these are to represent the extreme weathers I experienced this year in my running adventures. So back in April at the Boston Marathon, we experienced the perfect trifecta of yucky weather. So when we got our certificates, they actually included these little icons here. You had the wind, the rain, and the cold. I think the runners on Monday who came to my run party got to experience a taste of the wind. So it was basically the wind, and then we had sheets of rain that were like pelting us in the face, and it just like wasn't great. And it was super duper cold. But I'm not here to complain about the weather. It's more about like the human spirit, you know, like I just remember feeling really, really, really miserable in this extreme weather, but just looking around, like everybody was a little quieter than usual, but you could see on their face, they're super focused, and everybody was just pushing forward. It's the Boston Marathon, like we're gonna get to the finish. You know, we went through so much trouble even just to get here. So, you know, I look back on that and I just feel so much inspiration from the athletes around me, and so I wanted to remember that with the little cloud. And the sun actually represents the scorching sun, which it actually isn't as cute, you know, like I feel like the Death Valley sun should have like devil horns or something, but anyway. This year and last year, I was fortunate enough to be selected to crew some pretty amazing athletes. Last year, I crewed Katra Corbett at Badwater 135 in Death Valley, and this year I had the opportunity to crew Patsy Arroyo, and I actually met her at Cape Fear, so it's kind of neat how this all like kind of comes together. But anyways, this year Death Valley had record high temperatures when we were there, and also for the entire month of July had the highest average at and when we were there, the temps reached like 130. And I don't even know how it was so hot, but when we started at at 11, it was over 110 degrees. And it was already dark. I don't know how it's so hot with no sun out. It was like 110, 111. It was like sitting in a furnace. It was insane. So that's what that sun's about. Just these extreme temperatures and just, you know, how I was able to get through it. And not just like me, but there were people I was getting through it with. And just like, it's a reminder of, you know, all the amazing opportunities that I was given this year. So that's what all that's about. So yeah, thanks for listening to my lengthy explanation. Yeah, just once again, I wanted to thank everybody for coming out and for supporting my little event year after year. It really, really means a lot. And it was so cool to be able to celebrate this year with my friends Jen and John. They actually were rounding up their 4th year of running every single day, 5K a day. It's pretty nuts. They're one of the coolest running couples that I know. And they brought me a really cool present. They were just in Hawaii for the Honolulu Marathon. They brought this back for me, like cute little hula Hello Kitty, and yoga Joes, which is pretty cool because yoga is important. I hope you guys are all doing yoga. And let's see, what else did I say? Oh yeah. Yeah, I just wanted to thank you guys for your support year after year. I mean, this was really only supposed to be for 365 days, but because of what happened in the first year, basically I threw this run party and everybody chipped in for the swag, and actually it changed. So just said like, hey, I'm gonna be donating this to Children's Hunger Fund, and then all of a sudden people were like chipping in more money, and in that first year we were able to donate $1,700 to a really awesome charity. And what that signified to me was like, wow, I have just a tremendous amount of support from all my friends, and it overflowed the cup, and we're able to give back in a very big way to a very, very notable charity. And so I wasn't able to just say like, all right, I'm gonna stop on like my 365th day. So I've continued year after year, and through all the ups and downs throughout the years, I've just found a lot of comfort in running and in the running community. So I just wanted to thank all of you for that. But the biggest thank you is that all of the money this year, all the proceeds from your race registration will be going towards supporting the victims from the fires this year. And it'll all be going to the North Valley Community Foundation. And this foundation, actually, just so you know where all your money is going, they actually have two funds. One piece of it goes to relief, and the other piece of it goes towards helping to rebuild the school and education for the kids in the area. So we're doing something really awesome with this. So I did want to thank you guys for your support, and I'm sure these families are going to be so grateful too. Also want to give a shout out to my employer, because they're going to be helping match donations. So we'll be able to double or more. They haven't told me the final answer, but we're going to be able to at least double our contributions to this charity. And so we're going to be able to help in a very big way. So I wanted to thank all of you for that. Yeah, just makes me so happy thinking about it. So thank you guys so much. I am very interested in knowing what your goals are for the year. If there's anything that I can do to help you guys get there, whether it's to crew or to pace you or anything like that, just let me know, and we can work something out, okay? And I guess that's it. Thanks so much for watching through my very, very overly lengthy video. I hope you guys had fun. And yeah, I will see you guys next year. Bye.